In today's video, I want to talk about the extreme social penalty of thinking. Why is thinking something so taboo in our society? Why can't we just think? So we have these forces against thinking. I think Reddit is the worst of the worst. Okay, so first we're going to talk a bit about Reddit because Reddit's something very popular today and one of these things we're all pushed to use. But it's like the worst website on the universe. Okay, so everyone on Reddit has this mindset of, oh, we are so superior to you. You are the uneducated peon, and I'm going to rise in status and make you all inferior to me so I can look down on you. And then it's like, oh, here's a book. It's very elementary. Even you could understand it. This is what the Redditors are like. Okay, watch this. If you don't believe me, watch this Godel video I had on Godel number one. It's supposed to be a fun video. Like, science is supposed to be fun. We're supposed to be curious. Like, isn't anyone curious? Don't we want to actually know if Gödel's right? Like, to me, that's interesting. I don't know if this Gödel guy's right. What he's saying is paradoxical. Paradoxes violate the standard assumptions of science, right? So I'm not very likely to accept a paradox so easily, right? I mean, let's find out. Maybe this guy's right. Maybe he's wrong. Who knows, right? It should be a fun video where we're, intellectually engaging. And how much intellectual engagement do we get there? Virtually zero, okay? 90% of the comments are just just berating and hazing, right? It's like a high school. We're just berating and hazing this person for thinking. And even out of the people who address some of the content in the video, like 99% of those people are just like looking through it to find one little spelling typo and then say, oh, everything you say is invalid because of a spelling mistake or some trivial error, right? So, a very, very small percentage will even engage. And I think that's really sad because even if you don't like me or whatever, you should still be intellectually fair, and try to engage with the idea at least. And, you get this extreme censorship on Reddit, and it's really pathetic, okay? So, we say this whole thing on Reddit, we are the superior class, we ban all these inferior people and uneducated people, right? And the reality is they banned Glenn Bouchard. Okay, he's a professional scientist. I posted his video on Reddit and they banned him. I'm like, who the hell are these Reddit mods to think they know more than Glenn? So and then you think about what is allowed on Reddit. Well, I read some of this content. You can post illegal content on Reddit. You can post about using illegal drugs and promoting illegal drugs. That's all fine. So you're allowed to post illegal content on Reddit, but you're not allowed to post something that's dissident in science, even when it's by a professional scientist. That's ridiculous, right? Reddit is the worst crap on the internet. So hopefully some of you Reddit users are watching this video, and maybe maybe it'll make you rethink. And the reality is, very few people are going to ever intellectually engage. Very few people are going to be curious anymore, because what people are motivated by is fear. Okay, they don't want 1,000 people all saying, "Oh, you're so stupid and uneducated," right? Like on my Godel video, people don't want to be in my position there, where you have this whole mob attacking you, right? And so people don't say what they really think anymore. They lose the freedom to think. They lose the freedom to be curious. They lose the freedom to intellectually engage. Today there's such a huge fear of appearing uneducated. It's ridiculous. And in my opinion, there should be no shame at all about being uneducated. To me, the worst thing is being illogical. Okay, if you're illogical, then you made something wrong, right? We should be more careful about our logic. But the reality is, if I make a totally illogical argument and I say it's by Immanuel Kant or something, people are going to respect that. So you can make a totally irrational argument. That's fine. And in my opinion, one other thing that's really terrible about Reddit and academia today is it's really boring. You ever think about how boring Reddit is? It's kind of boring to just try to say what other people want you to say. Maybe it's a lot more fun to actually have your own ideas and think about things, right? And figure out, try intellectually engaging. And, maybe you're right on these three things, wrong on these three things, and you can figure out what you're good at and not good at, right? So it's really hard to intellectually engage today. It's something that's becoming really difficult, and that's tragic. And you have the same censorship in academia. Okay, so I had this big project where I was exposing all the indoctrination in K-12 education. So they're teaching things like you're unethical if you don't believe in democracy. They're teaching things like when I say I mean they're literally teaching that. Okay, they're not teaching things like that. They are teaching that. They're teaching the students to go on to these companies by websites. These are insurance company websites, and they're telling them to read these advertisements from insurance companies. So I send this like information to all these professors, and every professor agrees that it's indoctrination. I didn't have a single one contesting the fact that it was indoctrination. Most of them didn't care, but a couple of them did. And the university censored all this information, right? So I'm like, whoa, what kind of university censors, factual information? Very lame stuff, okay? So, the bottom line here is Reddit is really lame and boring. And, academia is becoming like Reddit. It's becoming lame and boring. People should be able to freely explore ideas without so much consequence, okay? It's not a big deal to be wrong about something. I've made like 100 million ideas, and, some of them are right, some of them are wrong, right? And you get better and better at making ideas the more you're proven wrong. Every time someone shows me my idea is wrong, I'm like, okay, well, now I can engineer a better idea the next time, right? So, there's so much of this intellectual superiority contest. It's really sad, I think.